I am back to the future, and it's time now for some real education. William Hogarth, born in 1697 and living until 1764, was an English man of many talents, from being a painter, printmaker, and satirist to a social critic and editorial cartoonist. Within his work portfolio, he has everything from realistic portraiture to comic strip-like series of pictures called modern moral subjects. Some of his best-known series are A Harlot's Progress, A Rake's Progress, and Marriage a la Mode. He's become so well known within satirical political illustrations that his style is called Hogarthian.
Hogarthian, indeed. This is one of the most influential figures of the 18th century. His drawings, his cartoons, his lithographs were almost entirely wordless in many respects. Social commentaries on what was happening in the world. You could make an argument he was one of the really first political cartoonists. His drawings and his lithographs had a real important impact on his culture, and people waited eagerly for the next one. They were satirical, they were timely, they were informational. Take a look at just one of his series. In this series, titled The Four Stages of Cruelty, there are 4 printed engravings published by Hogarth in 1751. Each print depicts a different stage in the life of the fictional hero Tom Nero. Tom Nero is Hogarth's fictional waggish young man who doesn't heed the warnings of society, who plays fast and loose with the law. Here you have him in the first image. This is the first of the 4 stages of cruelty. Nero progresses to torture a dog. You can see it there. There's a whole bustle going on in the streets. Animals at this time in London were treated hideously bad. Horses and dogs and cats and birds were just treated very badly. And here we see the young rake, Tom Nero, who's tormenting a dog. All right, this is the first stage. Hogarth was a bit of a sociology. He knew from stage to stage this would get worse. In the second stage of cruelty, which you see here, he's off then to beating a horse, now, from a dog to a horse. Nero progresses to beating his horse as an adult man in the second stage of cruelty, which then leads, in stage 3, to robbery, seduction, and murder in cruelty in perfection. All of that youthful cruelty, all of that moving, like Hannibal Lecter pulling off flies' wings as a boy, gives rise to something much more serious in adulthood. And finally, in the 4th stage of cruelty, what happens to our friend, young Tom Nero? Well, he's hanged by the neck until dead. He is then taken to Barber Surgeons' Hall, where there is Tom Nero on the dissection table being publicly dissected as part of the sentence for his crime. They are feeding his intestines to the very same dogs that he used to torment. The 4 stages of cruelty, William Hogarth, 1751.